Happy 4th of July, everyone. Well, the big story across Nebraska today is going to be the heat, but there is a chance of rain as well. So let's go hour by hour and show you how the day is going to play out. Now, 8 a.m. this morning, do have to mention the chance for some isolated showers in the central and eastern part of the state, but the bulk of the activity will have already shifted over into Iowa. And I will say, actually, for the eastern part of the state, the best chance of rain is looking like the morning hours, and it's not even a guarantee that you're going to see rain. We're talking about isolated activity. There you go. Late morning hours, still a possibility around Lincoln and Omaha. But as we transition to the early afternoon, notice how the rain chance going away. But new activity starts to fire up in the western part of the state. And look at 2 o'clock, how those temperatures on the rise. Now, the hottest part of the day looking like 4, 5 o'clock this afternoon. And it is going to be feeling rough out there. Now, already in the panhandle, it's going to be hot, mid to upper 90s, but the good thing out there is the humidity is not going to be bad. However, in the central and eastern part of the state, definitely dealing with the humidity. Now, notice upper 90s, triple digits in the central part of the state, mid to upper 90s in the eastern part of the state, but it's not going to feel any cooler in the eastern part of the state because that's where the humidity is going to be the worst. So for central and eastern Nebraska, at the hottest part of the day, we're talking about feels like temperatures of 105, 106, 107. About the only good thing is there's going to be some wind around today. Actually looking pretty windy in eastern Nebraska. Gusts 30, 35 miles per hour. In the central and western part of the state, we'll call it breezy. Gusts 20 to 25. Notice also at 5 o'clock, more activity trying to fire up, mainly in the western half of the state, but still some gaps. So let's get to the real important part of the forecast, firework time. So we're now looking at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go in hour increments here. Notice there's a little bit of activity in the central part of the state, but the best chance over in the panhandle. There's 8 o'clock, there's 9 o'clock, and also worth noting how very warm it's still going to be. Though our temperature's coming down, look at 9 o'clock, still some 90s showing up in spots. How about 10 o'clock? Notice that if you're in eastern Nebraska, looking like fireworks are going to be okay. And probably in the central part of the state, too. The chance real small. But I do have to mention the chance for showers and storms being around the western part of the state. But gaps, so you still might get lucky. I wouldn't cancel the firework plans, but be aware of it. Showers and storms will be around. 11 o'clock, again, that activity trying to push farther to the east, but struggling. I think this will all fizzle out during the overnight hours. Don't want to stop there, though, because the rain chance is coming back as we head back to work on Tuesday, and it's going to be another very hot day. Now, 8 a.m. in the morning, going back to work for that morning commute, maybe a couple showers around, but most of us are going to be dry. In the afternoon, though, we're going to see new stuff pop up. We're actually going to see a very slow-moving cold front start to push into the northern part of the state, so that's where the best chance of rain is going to be. The activity is going to try and push to the south and east, but probably is going to struggle. And I think once again, for most, the main story is going to be the heat. Again, some in the northern part of the state getting that front and seeing some relief. Notice some only seeing highs in the low 90s. Scottsbluff, Valentine, O'Neill. But for most in the central and eastern part of the state, we're looking at mid to upper 90s again. And the humidity still with us, absolutely. We'll call it humid in the central part of the state, very humid in the eastern part of the state. And tomorrow, I really think it's going to feel even worse because there's not going to be any much wind around. It's not going to be a breezy or windy day, so you're really going to be feeling that heat and hoping probably for a shower or storm. But I have a feeling that a lot of folks, and especially the southeastern part of the state, are going to miss out. Here we are at 6 o'clock, and notice how it's really trying to hang out mainly in the north central part of the state. It looks like this front's probably going to stall out Tuesday evening, so some of this activity may push to the south and east, but I think a lot of it's going to get stuck up in the northern part of the state. Now, tomorrow, there is a chance along this front for some severe storms. Notice we're leaving in an outside chance for some of that activity in the northern part of the state to push into Kearney, Grand Island, Omaha, but it's going to be a struggle, so the chance for severe storms is quite small. And we're mainly highlighting the late afternoon through the evening hours across the northern part of the state. That's where the threat is the greatest. Now, still, most likely, all we're going to see is heavy rain and lightning, but I do think in a few spots we're going to see wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. That front will still be on the move for Wednesday, so it's looking like, especially for the southeastern part of the state and really across all of southern Nebraska, that's going to be our better chance of rain on Wednesday and also the better chance for severe storms.